this live is going to be a bit different. After what can be $1 billion worth of liquidations that happened in Bitcoin and various other cryptocurrency, I am looking to show you guys what factors to look for to see whether this market is overheated, or if things are going crazy on that side. This is what the situation is. You guys need to understand this really, really carefully, right? This is really important for everyone to understand. 1 second. Yep, everything's fine. Yep. Am I echoing? Is everyone echoing, or is it just Philip just hearing it as an echo? No? Yeah. Anyway, so what I'll be showing you here is, look, this is the thing. I want to explain this to everyone, and I want to understand this as well. I will be explaining to you the key factors of what the market is, what to look for, what to actually understand whether this is the end or not. Are we going into the next stage or not? This is the thing. When you're in a high impact week, right? We're in a very high impact news week, and PPA comes in bad. It was bad. It was bad. But everyone's been saying that that tariffs are going to be causing some form of inflation. Now, this PPI in singularity doesn't mean anything. You need to understand, this is inflation at the wholesale level, right? This is inflation at the point of where these companies are going to be getting their goods. And I want this to be explained, and I want everyone to understand that, right? This is obvious that there was going to be inflation at the wholesale level. This is going to be obvious. We have tariffs. It's going to increase costs, right? But that doesn't mean that that's going to be passed on to the people, firstly. Secondly, right? Powell stated, it's a stated thing. This is the thing that everyone needs to understand. Is this a singular increase? Are we looking to see whether this inflation is like, okay, it's one step and then it stays at that level because of the tariff costs that are coming in? Or is this a continuous increase? Because what's going on at this present moment, and why I am certain there's going to be a rate cut, right, is that, yeah, at the wholesale level there is inflation coming in, but that hasn't been passed on to the consumers yet. So this pullback in Bitcoin, you see that the S&P 500 barely moved because they've priced in a rate cut. They know it's coming, right? I'll tell you this now, and I'll tell you this now very, very carefully, right? Listen to me very carefully. If it is a choice between employment and reducing unemployment and inflation, the Fed will choose employment and reducing unemployment. I promise you that. You know how I know that? Look at the UK. The UK has inflation. Inflation is growing, and they're aggressively cutting because the job market is terrible. Unemployment is rising. People are poor. So they will forgo inflation for that and then look at it down the road. And the thing is, you need to understand, we need to know whether this is a protracted inflationary effect or whether it is a singular effect. And the market is pointing, right? The market is pointing at the fact that it is, I'm clapping. That's how you know, right? I'm doing clap talk. The market is, right? The market thinks it's just a singular event. Clap, right? This is the thing that you guys need to understand. And if we look, I'm going to show you. I haven't had time. That's why I was a bit late. I am so bogged down with work, right? Because I was trying to get things going on with Fat Cat. Massive things are going on with Fat Cat. It's going to blow your mind. It's going to blow your mind. I promise you. You just, like, this is the thing. People get scared and fade things because, oh my God, it's over. It's over. Every single time there's a pullback. Yeah, it was a big pullback, but come on. Like, anyway, we're going to go through it. Right? We'll go through the whole thing. I'm going to show you some things. Also, those in the pro group are going to get something very special. They're going to get something very, very special, right? I'm opening up a channel where it is a 30 section factor, right? Where it's going to state whether we are nearing the end or we're nearing the beginning. In the show, I'm going to show you what to look for, some of the key things I look at, but the other pro group and also the whale group are going to get, well, the whale group are in the pro group anyway, are going to be getting a factor, a page where they will be seeing whether these pullbacks are, oh my God, this is over, or it's, oh my God, this is a great buying opportunity. These are the things that I'm going to be showing you guys. But let me just show you something, right? I want you guys to see something so it can be very, very clear. This is a super clear indication, right? I want to show you something, right? In what world does that look like there's not going to be a rate cut? Anyone, please tell me this. In what world, right, that after a PPI like that, all right, is an 84.8% chance that there's going to be a rate cut, not a ridiculous percentage chance that this is going to happen. I don't see the Fed waiting for this. The market is pricing this in. Worry if the Fed doesn't cut, right? That would be the indicator of this thing is moving into January. I'll tell you that. But there is not a chance in my mind that I don't think that the cut is not going to happen in September. I'm telling you now. That's my thought. But we'll see. Hyper impact events. If they do cut, this market is going to go parabolic. I want everyone to look. I give the analogy always. We are the brother. We have all given up. No bull run. Let's move on. All right. Well, then if you move on, then do what you need to do, and then leave and never look back. Because the last thing you want to do is not look back after that situation. This is my thought. This is what I'm looking at. This is what I'm going to do. And I'm going to give you the reasons why I believe that we're not there yet, right? We're not there yet. Before every single massive run, there's always been these type of events. Remember, how many times have we gone through this? How many times? Whether it was the war, whether it was Ukraine war, whether it was Middle East, whether it was what's it called, the yen carry trade, whether it was 1,000 other things that came in, 1,000 other things. This is a PPI print that maybe there might be not a rate cut. The Fed carry trade could have sank the world economy. And even then, what happened afterwards? What happened after that massive pullback? One of the biggest runs in history. This is the thing. This is the thing that I want everyone to understand. Let's go through these things. I'm going to show you a few of them. And again, said the pro group is going to be getting it, and also the whale group as well. All right, this is the thing. Rate cuts look like they're going to be going through, right? So I'm going to do a bit of a different one because everyone's just like worried beyond they're worried beyond their mind of what is happening, right? Now, important thing is, let's talk about PPI, right? Let's talk about PPI. It's not great, right? That's what I'm going to say. It ain't great. But whether that percentage increase is going to be passed on, I would not count it, right? And it won't be counted on in a meaningful way. And I think it's going to be a singular move because the actual effect, this is the actual effect of the zoom up by a month and then Somalia. Yeah, this is the actual month, right? This is what I'm trying to say. This is the thing that I need to understand. This is the actual month where tariffs are actually being utilized and the money that's being gained from the tariffs are being collected by the government. The first time that we're seeing that bulk buying that happened before, right, is starting to show what it's going to happen. As I said, it's not an if with tariffs, it's how much of a cost it's going to be doing. Mr. Alvarez, they won't cut rates because it will skyrocket inflation. I'll tell you this now, right? I'll tell you this. Unemployment and lack of jobs trumps inflation every single time. You guys need to understand this thing as well, right? Inflation is, look, this is another thing, right? I need to understand this thing. Right now, inflation is almost at target. It's almost at target. The Fed has created a number that it wants to be at. So it foregoing a bit of that number for longer period of time, right? To not only help with the debt, not only help with liquidity coming into the economy, helping with jobs, helping with things, all of this type of stuff. It is going to happen. I have not a question in my mind. Not a question. Not a question in my mind. This is the thing. And besides, I was thinking when it started pumping the other day. This is the problem. Like, you know, when you run a company and people depend on you, you need to do the things, right? But this is the thing I said to everyone, right? And I want everyone to understand this. I was assuming towards the end of September this would happen, and I'm still think that next week will most probably be a strong green week. I still think that. I'm not going away from my understanding. It's just that CPI print was very, very bullish. But that's the thing, right? Handshakes, all smiles. That's that thing. So this ain't great. What will be important is whether the next inflationary print comes out bad. I would be surprised if that's going to be the case. We'll see, right? We'll see on that side. Now, few things to look for, right? I want to go through a few things that you need to look for. And this is super important. I want everyone to really understand, right? Number one, let's look at the Bitcoin right now. Let's look at Bitcoin. Yeah, we've had a strong rejection. Well, that was a strong rejection. That was a big pullback. It got scary for a while. I'm sure most of you guys got shaken out of your positions. But I want to show you something, right? I need you guys to understand something. Please understand this. There is nothing about what we're seeing, that shows nothing but bullish price action in this. Higher highs, higher lows, things are looking in a bullish structure. If you look at lower time EMAs, right? 3, 8, and 30, the where the 3-day EMA is at massive, like it's massively bullish. That's crazy bullish. I think that to me is a bounce zone. That to me looks like it's going to be moving up, let alone anything else on that level. On the weekly, by the end of this week, I'm going to assume this thing is going to reverse. Most probably, we'll see. Could be wrong, right? We'll see. Things are looking okay. It doesn't, again, lower highs, lower low. I mean, higher highs, lower lows, higher highs, higher lows. My God, my mouth. The only time that you start to worry, start looking at worry, is when this trend starts to turn, possibly when this lower low, this previous low is taken out, and then we start producing a lower high. That's a change of trend. That could be a sign that things are going in a different direction. We'll look at some other things as well. Look, there's so many things you can look at. I'm going to show you, right? I want everyone to say to talk about this, right? I want to understand. Secondly, you look at the crypto fear and greed index. We're nowhere near overheated. Nowhere near. There's nowhere near extreme greed here. Every top has been hit with extreme extreme greed. Wow, man, I've been talking too much today. Every top has been done that. By the way, can I get some likes, please? Like, anyone. I'm on 8,000. All right. I know you guys are like listening with to like succinct ears and like, oh my God, I need to hear everything this guy said. But like, at least press the like button. Every top has been signaled by this. Every single one. You get worried when we're in overheat. We're in neutral territory right now. We're at neutral territory. Alrez, thank you for the top quality content. Always very much appreciated. It's not. I'm just giving you my opinion. All right. Why are you crying? Don't cry. There's nothing to cry about. Just emotions. Everyone they play on your emotions. I'm gonna get onto that as well. My liquidation on long is at 18,000. Can stay in the trade for. Can I stay? Of course you can. You'll just be funding it. Stop spamming though, please. Stop spamming. You just be funding it. It'll cost you to keep it open, right? That's that situation. That's number one, right? That's number two. Another thing I'm going to show you, right? I'm just going to show you all these things, and then in the, as I say in the pro group, I'll be monitoring, and I'll give you these little sliders. There'll be these little sliders that you'll see whether we're there or not, or this, that, and the other, right? We look at a few other things. If you look at RSI, right? Let's look at the R. Why are you not working, my friend? Why RSI not work? Oh, because it's not there. All right. If you look at the RSI, right? Let's look at some RSIs here. Let's look at the weekly. All right, whatever. you would say that a key number for RSI to look at, right? Go through the whole range. Tops have basically revolved around 80% on RSI. Are we there yet? No, I'm not there yet. Nothing here gives me indication that this is the end. Man, I've learned so much in the past 12 months. My second name is thank you so much. But our bags are bleeding, emotions getting. Yeah, of course, that's the case. This is the thing. This is the case. They want you to feel this way. I came from TT here to see each other. Oh, fantastic. Well, welcome, everyone. I'm seeing everyone messaging here, right? We're nowhere near there yet. Nowhere near. Nowhere near the situation. Right? These peaks that you see are look. They correspond perfectly with major tops in the industry. Major. And look, this was the top. Everyone was saying, "Oh, this is the over and this and the other," but we haven't got there yet. We haven't got there yet. Was it Guy Jam meltdown? He banned me. Oh yeah, he'll ban anyway. Whatever, man. It's fine. It's okay. He can have his. This is the thing. It's a good thing he's on a good trip. Oh yeah, well whatever. He can be on an ego trip. He can be all happy and this and the other. I don't believe in being happy for being right in the down turn of people. This is the thing. Bears will come out when things turn, right? And then they go really quiet when things move in the opposite direction. Anyway, I'm just in a spot position holding. The longer it takes, the more my position is. Yeah, exactly. Whatever, right? This is the situation that we're in. This is what I'm saying. We had a bit of a pullback. Doesn't mean it's the end. Doesn't mean it's the end. Again, pullback, massive growth. Pullback, massive growth. It doesn't mean this is the end. I want everyone to really understand this fact. You need to understand, right? I said to everyone, right? I'm telling you, it's just that people, it's hard when emotions are really strong in these type of things, right? The moment we start getting into the really high levels, right? Really high levels here, and we start getting into what we describe as the understanding of what an alt season is. These moves have to not make you get scared. It's going to get crazy volatile. I want everyone to understand this. Volatility is only going to go up because people's bags are heavy. People's bags are heavy. I want everyone to understand this. This is the thing. Yeah, we had a pullback. Yeah, I get it. Cool. All right, happens. We can have a bit more of a pullback. Again, unless we take out these lower lows in the 111, which, I mean, if you look at the liquidation heat map, where is our liquidation heat map? Where is this thing? Got so many things open. My computer is getting a bit heavy. Right? If you look at the liquidation heat map right here, we have some liquidity here, but these are longs. These aren't liquidations. So, you know what I mean? We're on the 50-50 situation, and also the ratio of the ratio of longs to shorts is on the short side. So there's going to be a short squeeze at some point. So right now, yeah, it doesn't look great, but I'm telling you now in this matter, I'm going through all of the factors here. I want everyone to actually understand all of the factors of what I'm showing. So I've showed you various things, right? RSI is not there. The fear and greed index isn't there. I'm going to show you some other ones as well, right? We have higher highs and higher lows, right? We're in an uptrend still. I'm going to show you some more. I'm going to show you some more things, right? Let me show you some more. We look at the funding rate. I showed you funding rate. Let me see if I can find the previous funding rate so you can I can give you an indication. 1 second. Okay, right. 1 second. So I can do you 1 second. I haven't. Right, here we go. Let's look at some previous ones. Let me see if I can find them. Yeah, here we go. Here we go. Here we go. This If it's like this, I want everyone to understand that. If it looks like this, then we have a problem, right? This means top. This is a top signal when it looks like this. When people are like, "Oh my god," that is a top signal. If it's like this and then we had to pull back, I'd be like, "All right, guys, all right, like it's time to have the talk, right? It's time to have the talk. Babies are made this way, right? Right? Because this market is about to is in baby making mode, right? This is what that means, baby making mode, right? This is what it looks like now, right? You're the best. I'm crying because I bought the dip. You'll be fine. In my opinion, you'll be fine, right? But if it's too stressful for you, you know what to do. Top funding rates. Funding rates of what we look like now. The market is extremely cautious right now. Extremely cautious. The market is like, all right, yeah, things are a bit iffy. We're not going to be doing. We haven't got this yet, ever. This whole cycle, we haven't had this. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. Right? That's that. Now, how do I put this back here with my 3,000? Let's get rid of this. Let's put that back with my with my 3,000 applications open. That's that. All right. Let's keep going. Let's keep going. You want to hear more? Secondly, look, we were so bullish. What happened this December? Oh my god! All right, all right, all right. I'm going through everything. You can listen to it, right? Do you think we were cooked? I'm just going through everything. Please look at the exchange volume, right? If this breaks this all-time high, we're in an uptrend. It means more people are looking into exchanges, looking into getting into the market. This is a bullish sign, not a negative sign. That doesn't mean tops. Tops are up here, right? When things are at maximum peak interest. All right, let me show you some more. Let me show you some more. Pay attention. Pay attention, right? Pay attention, right? I want everyone to understand that pay attention is we're cooked in Punky. Thank you so much, man. I appreciate it. Thank you, Punky. It's really easy to say that, right? Secondly, look, we're nowhere near the top of what we would say is understanding of an alt season. Nowhere near, right? We haven't achieved what every single bull run has achieved. And the thing is, we're in a cycle where there's more money than you can, or you can't see it. They're all here. Just if you want to see what's on my screen, we're in a market where we have a more bullish factors and more liquidity. That look, I'm telling you, if the rate cut happens, you forget these moments, as you have forgotten every other pullback, major pullback, every other major pullback. Do you remember any of them? Any of them? And we're not even in a pullback proper. I just want everyone to understand. But this doesn't even count as a major pullback. Right? That's all I'm gonna say. And as I said, I'm gonna leave some more out for as I said, the pro group. If you guys want to check out the pro group, I'll put the link in here if you guys want to do it. Let me just see. Let me put the link in here. I'll put the link in here so you guys can look there. And I'm going to open up a section that's going to be showing that. Do you believe that Solana double from here, or is it too wishful thinking? Why would it be too wishful thinking? When is hard is alts aren't even close to December. Yeah, but what's your rush? Can anyone explain to me? What's the rush? What's the rush of everyone? Unless you're leverage trading, right? Unless you're leverage trading, then you can be a bit unhappy because you're like, oh my god, what's gonna happen? They might lose. But if you're not, like, time horizon. Please, time horizon. You need to understand this thing. Now, a few more things. Actually, let me just put this in here so everyone can understand what that is. 1 second. 1 second. That's weird. Why is there seagulls here? There's too many crybabies in crypto who can't afford to lose. I don't think it's that way. It's just fear. People people go into these type of situations to get some sort of, return that will make them happy. But the thing is, right, what people need to understand is that where there is maximum possibility of gain, there is also the downturns that you have to be. Are you in Brighton? No, I made the. No, man, I ain't. it's it's England, bruv. Right? Everything's a mafia. Even the seagulls. People are poor, Ares. They want to be millionaires now. Yeah, I understand that, but I keep saying, I've never seen a bull run before, and bull run 2 years. Confused. I'm skittish. I'm not knowledgeable enough and worried. Yeah, of course. Look, you playing a risky game, right? You playing a risky game. That's why when you see moves in the S&P 500, it's relatively small moves, right? So but the numbers that you play with are massive. The more legitimized a an industry gets, the less volatile it's going to get. The less of the bigger pumps you're going to get. The less of everything, right? That's why I always say that the only time that I will even consider selling my Bitcoin is when the annualized return is less than 50%, is less than 8%, because then it will be on par with the S&P 500. Most of us been through April lows. This is nothing. I mean, this is the thing I want to say. Like, the bull run was on until PPI came in. Now recent. Why did you say that? Potential a market drop when? No, I don't think so. I don't think so. Look. Look. My understanding right now is that, you know what everyone is fearing right now? You know what everyone is fearing? It's fear. They're here to make you feel fear. And is it working? Oh, yeah, it is. Oh, yeah, it is making you feel fear. Most definitely. This is the thing. Everyone plays on your emotions. Now, look, let's look at some other things. Right? But look at gold. It still has the possibility of breaking down. Break this point, the 3 points, let me just say 3.272, massive liquidity into the market. We look at USDT dominance. We're still on a downtrend. XC says we're up in August and probably pull back during September, then full-blown alt season. That's what I've said as well. It's strange that we both have similar understandings of what's going on, right? I said to you guys, I mean, this is the thing. People don't listen when times are good, right? So when times are bad, they get into what fear is. That is what you get into fear. I said, if you're going to leverage, low, because it's going to get volatile. Do you know what I mean? This is the waiting game that you're going to be playing. Nothing of what I've showed and the other 25 things I'm going to be showing the pro group of all the sliders. It's literally going to be a slider, right? There's a really cool thing that I'm going to show you, right? Nothing of what you see right now gives me any indication that this thing is over. You look at USDT dominance, still downtrend, lower lows, lower highs. Start worrying, right? Start worrying when you start getting above the yearly open. Start worrying then. We're close. Doesn't mean that we're going down. We're rejecting, actually, to be honest. We're rejecting off the channel, the top of the channel. Look, this is the thing. Breaking this is going to be difficult. I want everyone to understand that. We're trying to do something that hasn't happened. Since 2018. Right? And look, I will say, if this continues up, starts breaking the yearly open, and then starts, say, getting over the 4.61%, then I can change my mind. But keeping look, this is the thing. I want to understand this. Having one frame of mind about something, will mean that there will be a point that you're correct. Saying that there's going to be a left turn in this road journey, at one point you're going to be correct. Doesn't mean you predicted it's going to happen. Just saying, oh, it's over again for months, and then those times when we have a pullback, it's like, yeah, see, I told you it was over. Look at the fractal of the Volvo against the Lambo. That doesn't mean anything, right? Nothing means anything. I'll tell you this, on Sunday, if it comes back, Donald Trump and Putin goes, you know what? We come to an agreement and Zelensky has agreed. What do you think is going to happen to the market? Do you think they'll give a crap about PPI? Do you think they'll give a flying monkeys about it? No, because the market makers, right, will play and move that up. I want everyone to really understand this fact. Like, this is the situation. You're playing in massive... Look, I want everyone to also get this, right? You have a savings account that won't give you even 1% a year. 1% a year. And your guys are trying to make 15x on a coin and then feel like 15x on a coin, and then when it pulls back 10%, you're like, it's all over. We're all playing a game, man. This is the game that you play. There is a risk level to it. So this is the thing, right? You're playing a game, right, where the risk level is, to be honest, amazing in relation to any other thing that can give you these gains. Anything else. Anything. Like, seriously, name me one thing that can give the risk profile to this is like this. You look, oh my God. I want everyone to understand this. Like, even on Bitcoin, please, everyone, like on Bitcoin, we've made in the span of, I'm gonna say year, let's say 2 years. Let's say 2 years. You have, right? I mean, what? You've almost 2x'd your money. There is nothing. And this is like the lowest level of, there is nothing that can give you in 2 years. You're 1xing your money every year. Nothing gives you that. Nothing. The things that give you that are written on papers, like newspapers and like best investment of your life type of thing. And we're trying to go into some of the riskiest things in the world to try and make 10x and 15x, right? So let's just say that. That's the one thing that you need to understand. But this is also playing against a industry where there's market makers that are there to try and take your money. That's it, right? That's it. We know there's absolutely nothing that gives these returns. There isn't, right? And we know the game. We know the game. Look, I'm going to show you the game. Let me show you the game. You know what the game is? This is the game. This is the game we're playing. This is the game we're playing. It doesn't mean it's over, but part of this is over, right? Just understand this fact and understand that right now, every time this happened, it was over. Remember, over, it's over, sell everything, it's over. The only time, even here, oh, it's over. Oh, but then I made 7 times my money. Even if I bought at the top, even if I bought at the top, right at the top, peak, I've only made 80% on my money. Look at your time horizon here. Whatever, right? When the factors that I'm telling you and other things that are going on gives you the understanding of what would negate a real, okay, it's over type of situation, then I'll understand. Yeah, I'll say it. I will say it. There's no reason for me to say this other than give you what I'm seeing in the on the graphs here. Remember, we were cooked, right? We were cooked. Go on holiday. Forget it. We were cooked. Go on holiday. Everyone go on holiday. We were cooked. There's no point. It's over. We were cooked. Go on holiday. It's over. People, it's over. Why would you even bother? They're cooked, right? Everything's cooked. How many X games am I hoping for? All right, okay. I just want to understand. I've bought a lot of my money is in very early buys, so I am really up already. I am world class up. But say you came at this point, right? Remember, I've done videos. You guys should watch my videos and go through my videos and save my videos because they will help you in these moments. We're working on the Pareto principle. I can never say that name. Pareto principle. Wow, that's a mouthful. That's what she said, right? That's how I got married. It's the last 80%, right? I mean, the last 20% is where you really make some crazy moves. I will say this. I'll say this, and I'll say this to you now, right? I'll look at it on the weekly. The move from here to here, this move, right? Say it just gets to 80. The move from here to here, great content, brother, keep it up. Thank you so much. Hey, look, thank you so much, my man. If you want any type of like interesting investment advice, you should check out Glasses Boy. He's a really clever guy. The move from here to here, right, will do many X's, right? I don't want to promise anything. Look, it could be the end. It could be the end, and I think the Bears would have babies if it was the end here. I think they would be just like literally so happy people were losing their money. They would be like, "Oh my god." You know what I mean? You know, where was it? Wait 1 second. 1 second. 1 second. Where did that go? Where's that man? Where's that man? Yeah. This would be the Bears. They were like, "Oh my god, I'm so happy they're losing money. Oh, I said it was over like for 5 years, and now I'm right. Oh, right? All that bull crap. All that bull crap. This is the thing I'm telling you guys. Right now, I'm not seeing anything. Even the RSI's high highs and higher lows. Right? I mean, we're just. I want like, you know what I mean? Like It's not. We're not in a terrible situation right now. It could go crazy. I'm not saying it is. I'm that it's not gonna go. I'm just saying right now doesn't look like it to me. That's it. That's all I'm gonna say. Now, Bitcoin dominance, right? Again, look at in what please. Okay, yeah, the market's pulling back, right? Market's pulling back. Fantastic. It's terrible. The world is over. No matter what that word, it's a mega parabolic. These and that bring all the blue chips to all the highs and then can tank the world or whatever. Just give them my money. where my money? Where my money? Yeah, September is the time for parabolic. Yeah, look, whatever time period it is, I'm saying we are coming into the Valhalla stage of this, right? And that is going to make things very volatile. Very, very volatile. I want everyone to understand. We are currently sitting below the 60% level in alts. We are tapping the bottom of the resistance line that has been turned in. The bottom of the support line has been turned to resistance. That is an RS flip. This is good. I mean, like the opposite way, bearish, right? We are producing. There we go. We are producing lower highs, lower lows. Nothing about this gives me any indication that it is the end. Nothing at this present moment. I'm not seeing anything. Nothing about this is giving me any indication that is the case. I mean, I was just giving you guys the things. What of this graph? Please. What of this graph is making you go, yeah, bruv, it's over. Oh. Get rid of that. What of you look if you looked at this and didn't know what was happening in Bitcoin right now in the market, but where in this does it make you feel like this is over? If you looked at that, what would you say? It's going down. Any graph, forget this is Bitcoin dominance. What would you look at this? I'm waiting for Fat Cat to make you rich. I'm gonna get the Fat Cat in a second. There's some massive things going on, right? All right. Love you. Gotta get a flight. Keep the great flight. Yeah, of course, my man. Man, honestly, also come into to learn by Alvarez. People need your type of insight in there, man. This guy's clever. He's a bit of a whiz in the crypto industry. Honestly, he's a really proper whiz. You should follow him. We're lucky to have the likes of you, Devin and Alex, to guide us through this. Thank you. No, man. Look, I'm not guiding anything, right? I just want everyone to understand this. It's not about guiding anyone anything. I'm just showing you what I am seeing. This is what I'm seeing. Bro, it's under 60. It's over. No, what? What do you mean? Bro, it's under 60. No, that means that's a good thing. Under 60 is what we want, right? Nothing I'm seeing right now gives me any indication that this thing is over right now. Yeah, we've had a pullback from some news that pulled back Bitcoin, but not the S&P 500. Right? As I said, everything bounces off this. This could look. I will say this. This could roll over. It could roll over. If it holds a 21-day EMA, that is a mega buying opportunity. Like, I still suspect at some point we're going to have a more aggressive pullback. I suspect that there's going to be a more aggressive pullback at some point. And I would say that it will be before the major like face melt. It's got to have the final shakeout. And it could be all the way down to, like, it could be this. I would say get to around the 106. It's a possibility it could go down to here, right? Scared the bejesus out of everyone, because this support line here, this golden pocket, right, that we see between the 109 and the 110, this area here, right? It could do something like that and scare it can make people go absolutely poop their pants. Then do that. And then when it gets to what I would say around these levels here, I still think the 135 is my level, right? When it gets to these levels around here, then you'll start seeing the oscillation between ETH and other, where we go, where's ETH? Anyway, whatever. And there we go. Between ETH and everything else, right? Between ETH and Bitcoin. And then we'll get into what we will be describing as the understanding of what a bull run is, in my opinion. I'm not afraid at all. But my entry points, I have some later entries. I do. I found some, and I showed the list of what I bought on the pro group. They have it all there. It's all on the things I bought. That's the risk I'm willing to take to work on. Some other coins I have are insanely up. As I said, I bought Solana at like stupid. I still can't. I need to look at it. It was between $13 and $18, around that level, right? I bought at that. I've been holding it for years, but I am so up, it's unbelievable. Bitcoin, I am so up, it's unbelievable. Ethereum, I'm so up, it's unbelievable. But at every point that you're feeling right now, I felt that throughout all of that period. I want everyone to understand. Please, everyone. Remember when Ethereum was down here? Forget that. Remember? Oh, wait, whatever. Remember when it was like chilling down here? I want everyone to remember when it was down here. We were just like, all right, it's over. Right? I was like, am I going to lose money on Ethereum? How is this possible? And what happened? The most parabolic run you could possibly imagine. Doesn't mean anything right now. Right now, we have key levels of support. The 433 is a very important support for this, right? 433 for Ethereum. Let's see where it goes to there. Let's see what happens from that point and then move up from there, right? That's what I'm going to say. That's a key level. Super important support level. There's also the 55-day EMA there. With Bitcoin, if you guys are saying, I think this bit between the 110 and 19 is a very real possibility that it could hit. Doesn't mean that it's over. Doesn't mean it's over. But it's gonna feel like it's over. I'll promise you that. If it does roll over and get to that thing, I promise you could feel that. But it doesn't mean it's over. Not in a no. There will be a light at one point. Again, you look at others, still higher highs and higher lows, right? Doesn't mean it's over. You're looking at total market cap. What part of this graph that you're looking at right now gives you this is over vibes? Nothing is giving me these vibes, right? We could have a further but look, I'll tell you this. I'm gonna make a prediction. Sunday we're gonna be green. How about that? Sunday if we're green. If we're green on Sunday, right? We're green on Sunday, right? Okay. Right. I need to get like a whole 136 singular flowers on my life. You probably heard this question a lot, but what do you think about Bitcoin mining? I'm okay. I'm gonna say that is some form of the SCAM vibe about what you're asking, bro. And if it does go there, you're gonna be out of here like nothing you've ever experienced in your whole entire life. Is this a healthy pullback? Look, we're pulling back. People are afraid, right? I understand. People are afraid. I can completely understand when people are afraid. But I'm not seeing anything. What? These bots have such simple questions. Let me ask you something, man. Have you heard about mining? Talking about mining, by the way, you guys should check out Pinlink. I'm gonna go through Pinlink. There's something really interesting happening about Pinlink. I'm gonna go through something because I've invested into this, right? So I'll give you a bit of and I'm assuming some of you guys are also invested in this. I'll give you some interesting things, some interesting news about that as well in a second. All right. Now look at that. We looked at this. Wait, we were here, right? Ethereum divide. Yeah. Look, right now, I would say if we get more aggressive pullback, right there, I would expect some sort of bounce from that point. If it gets really bad, right? If it does, who knows? Where are we right now? Others. I mean, it's oh, okay, it's in the 4 hour. That's why. Okay, yeah. Again, looks okay. People were saying, "Oh my God, the 10-year Treasury is on the breakout." To what exactly is this a breakout? This is still a downtrend. I don't care what anyone says. Who's looking at this and saying this is not a downtrend? Anyone? Who looks at this and doesn't say it's a downtrend, please? But what are we talking about right now? In what world is that not a downtrend? I'll put another grounded assault. Lamar. You should be fine, right? That's that situation where we are, right? That's the thing I want to understand and get and know that things are, yeah, we've had an aggressive pullback. It doesn't mean it's like over. It just annoys me so much when these bulls take advantage of this situation. Lamar, if you go to DCA, do something called averaging down, right? Look it up. Look up what averaging down is. It's really important to understand that. If you want to do something on that level, and I'm not saying that you should or not do it, it's your understanding. If you want to do anything on that, look at a process called averaging down, and that should give you an understanding of how best to do that. Right. What are we looking at right now? Okay, cool. Look, a few things. Let's look up what's Pinlink looking like. Oh, looks okay. That looks relatively good actually. 1 second. Yeah, cool. Right. I'm gonna say something about Pinlink, right? And why I'm so adamant about this thing. It is what you could describe, right? What you could describe as a coin that has of a lot of finances behind it. It You want something that can really fuel in a huge amount of liquidity into their project. And not only that, they can do some crazy things, right? Right now, they did a $70,000 buyback, right, in this market. They got Crypto Wiz to post around it. You know, Crypto Wiz to post about anything, you're looking at astronomical amounts of money, and he's on it for a long time. You look at things like they've made a deal with Envio, right, where they're putting full blown mining yields into this ecosystem. You're looking at, let me look at something else. I'll show you something else, right? Um, they're doing a full blown connection with Pinlink. Remember the Pinlink that has one of the largest TVLs of any chain you could possibly imagine. They're going to be putting 100K of their service a refund a rebate into Pendlefy, which is going to be giving a yield on top of the yield that you put into. They've opened up a shop that's going to be increasing their USDT yield and then fueling it back, not into always into the chart, and also into staking and this and the other. For my staking, I'm earning money. This thing is a beast, and this is the thing that these are the moments like this where when things are really down, that you look at these opportunities and play from there. This is on the uptrend. Everything's on an uptrend, and this is a good thing to definitely look at. This is the thing. Understand what they do, and once you understand what they do, it's a beast of a platform. It really is. Like, it really is a beast of it. It's a RWA deep in AI staking platform where you get a yield back from owning parts of miners and all this kind of stuff. It's insane. It's awesome, right? It's a cool thing. That's why I just wanted to give you guys an update, because I'm in this. I'm following it closely, and their $70,000 buyback that they just did. I think it's here. I think, where did they post about it? Ah, here we go. Where they posted about it here. It's insane, right? Buybacks 800,000, 400,000, 70,000. Yesterday they did this. It's crazy, and they keep doing this. Buybacks are a good thing. It increases the value of the project, right? Okay. Now, who wants to hear about Fat Cat? Who wants to hear about Fat Cat? Right? Who wants to hear about Fat Cat? Right? We've had a parabolic move, an absolute parabolic move. We're gonna have some people take back some profit because they're fearful of the market, right? Where is Fat Cat here? 1 second. Let me get Fat Cat up. I'm going to tell you something that you guys better be bullish, right? We've had a bit of a pullback, right? A bit of a pullback. Nothing even close to a worry. Massive parabolic run. It's perfect position to have a beautiful next level up. And you know what's going to bring the next level up? Are you guys ready for this, right? It's because I am fully leaning on all of my contacts right now. Fully leaving on my contacts right now on Monday. Do you know a guy named GG's Only? Do you know this guy? Does anyone know this guy? Anyone? I want someone to give me an answer of who this guy is. Shall I give you a hint? It's in his title. There's a word in there. This guy, every project he's been involved with, every project has gone into the tens, hundreds, and one specifically to the billions. GG Only was the guy that took Nero to $1 billion. It was him, his agency, his group, his backing that did this, right? His whale groups, his development, his contacts, all of that kind of stuff. And I want this to understand. Like Crypto Wiz follows this dude, right? OX Sweep follows this dude. big players follow this dude, right? And we are in talks with getting him on board with Fat Cat to such a point that on Monday, the Fat Cat team, me and everyone else are doing an AMA about Fat Cat on his page with his whales. I want everyone to understand how big of a deal this is. This guy doesn't do that for any project. The lowest project he's ever brought up to, a project to, in its initial pump, right, when he got involved, was $135 million. Want everyone to understand this. Not only that, there's more. There's more, right? There's more. We are also in talks with an agency that's there's CoinFest happening, right? Where we're going to be sponsoring a whale dinner, an event where all of Fat Cat's paraphernalia and all of the marketing material is going to be there on both that and the dinner, the party, all the videos, all the press promotions, all that kind of stuff is going to be on there. Another thing, most importantly, that I want to tell you guys, right, is that this is where we're going. I did a video about it, but you guys were like, "Nah, bruv." You guys are like, "Nah, bruv, I'm gonna show you something." Do you know Books? Do you guys know who Books is? Anyone? Does anyone know who Books is in the X field? He is a guy on the level of Ansem, right? He isn't the guy on the level of Ansem. He's the guy on the level of Crypto Wiz, all of that level, right? He's on as insane level as you can possibly imagine. Full blown crazy level. Do you want to guess who's live? Fat Cat was on, and he's going to be on again and again and again. Anyone? Does anyone know who what project that could be? I'll give you a bit of a hint. Bit of a hint here. I'll just leave it here. Right? I'll leave it here. I leave it here. It's just for you guys to admire what is going on. All of this is the groundwork for what's going to be coming next. All of it. None of this is playing around. None of this is done not on purpose. Everything is on that situation. Furthermore, right? Furthermore, I want everyone one more thing to talk about this thing. From Monday onwards, we're going to be starting a campaign called Fill This Page. And we're going to be posting a white page where it says KOL on the top, right? Every single inch of that page is going to be filled with a KOL talking about this project. One after the other, after the other, after the other. There is going to be a point, right, where the impressions of Fat Cat become in everyone's mouth. They're going to know about this project, and that is when this thing takes off. There are stages in the way to make this grow, and getting the biggest players in the market to do so is what you do it. Stage 1, stage 2, and the stage 3 is going to start on Monday when we go on Gigi's live and his AMA and talk about this, and he's going to bring his whales there. And if everything goes well, this is going to go absolutely nuts. On top of that, we have the Ton deal. On top of that, we have Moonshot acquiring our token at a crazy level. Are you not entertained? Are you not entertained? All right? Are you guys not entertained? We're having one of the biggest pullbacks in the market, and fact has maybe moved what 6%. Imagine when this thing turns around and we're on this thing, it's going to be up. And I'm expecting Sunday to be a green day. Monday it's going to have the Monday range, and I'm expecting next week to be green, and we're going to be on this AMA when that is happening. Is there a mic? Is there a mic? There we go. Right. All right. I didn't drop the mic. I dropped the cube, Rubik's cube. There we go. Rubik's cube dropped. That's how you understand. All right. That's the thing. So if anyone has any worries about, I was about to swear then. I was about to swear then. If anyone has any issues, right? Any issues, now's the time to ask it, because I'm going to tell this to you guys. That's it. That's it, man. That's a pure end game. You know what? I'm gonna put the link to the thing to the website on there, right? On the tube, and then you guys can understand the buying procedure is there. Everything is there. All the details there. All the making me FOMO, bro. If I'm buying more, more, I guess. I'm not making I'm just explaining what's happening. I'm explaining everything. Look him up. Look him up. I'm not saying anything. Look at this guy up. Just look him up, and then you'll understand what I'm talking about. This guy is nuts. He's nuts. All right. I just thought I want everyone to explain to that. Know that. Know that we're always working. We're always pushing, and there's going to be a point. There's going to be a point. I want everyone to understand this, right? How these big projects look, and I want so everyone can understand. I'm going to do AMAs about this so people get it, and I'll finish off this, right? The way this system works, right, is that we're at this stage where things are going to be going full-blown move, right? Full move, in my opinion. So what you do is you start increasing where things grow is on CT. We call it CT. You know what it is. It's this what industry we're in, and T is this. I don't want to say it on here, right? You build up your presence and your impressions on here. We're going to be getting, just so you understand, I'll show you some other things as well, right? We're getting creators to push, talk about our project. A lot of things are going in there. They're liking, they're moving. You start gaining the impressions, and people start knowing the project, right? This is type of the thing that the impressions are doing. A whole bunch of stuff is going to be going. Once that happens, then you start entering into the whale groups, the real whale groups. This starts pushing into the higher tens of M's, right? And at that point, we're activating one for sure, two big guys in this industry. And when we're at that stage, with those groups, with that impression increased up, with those two leaders, that's when this thing sends. Think of Brett, right? How Brett took us from a certain point, it gets to a certain point in the tens of M's, and then some big KOL takes her over and then runs with it. That's the procedure, and that's where we're going. So everyone understands where the future of this is. That's it. Is that understood? Any other questions that anyone wants to ask? Anyone else? Anyone want to ask questions about the market? I'll do one or two questions, and then I'm out, bruv. Because I need to, you have no, oh my God, I'm going to say, there's such insane things that are coming. But anyway, that's the thing I wanted to talk about. Is that cool? Are we done? Are you entertained? Anyone else? No? Good, we're all clear. Thank you very much. Ms. Alvarez, how long do you think Bitcoin dominance will go? Some say it won't see low 40s anymore. Why? How would they know that? It's Vacuum on Phantom. Yes, it is. How do they know it's not going to go to low? Did you just say? Did you just say? All right. I don't want to laugh, right? I don't want to laugh. I didn't want to laugh. But whoever said that to you, he's pointing out. He's pointing out the wrong factor of that. Say Bitcoin dominance goes to 50, you'll make more money. You'll make more money than you'll know what to do with, right? I just want to understand that. It get to 54, you'll make more money than you'll know what to do with. Let it get to 57. you'll make insane gains. Low 40s is bonkers. You know how you know it's bonkers? I will leave you on this, right? Do you know how you know it's bonkers that if it gets to low 40s? I've written G7 here. If Bitcoin dominance gets to the 40s, right? I'm buying a G7 country. That's how much of a move. That's how much a move that is. The move from the head to the head. Okay, so you understand. Okay, I'm gonna make a calculation so you guys understand. All right, so 60% of the market. It would be a move of, my God. 1 second. That would be a move of how many? A couple of trillion into the altcoins. That that would move the graph on these. That that would be a couple of $1 trillion going into altcoins. I think that could move the needle. I'm pretty sure that would move the needle. Yeah, so don't worry yourself, right? I'd be happy with 50. 50 would be Gucci for me. I'd be very good with Gucci. I would be, 10% away from a G7 country, and I'm happy with that. That can get me a small island somewhere. Can I ask one more question, please? Yes, of course. Last question, and then I'm out. Would that move Fat Cat? Joshua, we're talking about. Just so you understand, $1 million into Fat Cat would take it to probably like 30 million market cap, man. Just so you understand. Can I ask one more question? Yeah, sure. Here we go. If you ask me, have you heard about Bitcoin mining? I'm going to get off the stream. 2K into Bitcoin, ETH. Man, I'm not Dalton. I'm not gonna say anything like that, man. Diversify. I always say diversify your things. I have full conviction in Fat Cat, but I can never tell you to do whatever what you're going to do. Check that we cooked. We're cooked, bruv. It's the end of the stream, but yeah. ETH or treasury company, which you rather? What does that mean? ETH or treasury company, which would you rather? I don't know what treasury company is. Depending on how much of a return you're looking to make, man. I don't know what that is. But look, ask it in the Learn by Alvarez. If anyone wants to ask any questions or feel like they're having a bit of look, the one thing I'll tell you, right, and this is what I really like to do in these lives. I like everyone to really understand that you guys are not all alone in this, right? It can feel lonely in this industry. It can definitely feel lonely. But what I would say to you is that there is a really cool the ETH Treasury Company. I don't even know what that is. Am I missing something? Maybe I'm not. If you guys feel like that, it can be a lot of anxiety going on, a lot of issues that are happening with and it can be hard. It can break on your emotions. Make sure you understand that. Make sure you understand that you guys are not all alone. There's the Learn My Alvarez group. You can go sit there, chat, talk about how to make bread, talk about the fun stuff, drop in funny memes, enjoy yourself. Sometimes you need to have that moment where you can be there and talk amongst the people that you're talk amongst the same people that are in the same situation you are. And it's sometimes difficult to talk outside or to people that are not in the industry, right? And that's the thing. That's what's really important. Anyway, I'm going to say bye to you guys, right? Enjoy that. Understand what's going on. Understand what I've said. I've given you the key levels. I've given you the key things to look for. I'm going to be opening up a bit on the program so people can follow it as it goes along. So when these things move, you can look at that and go, okay, cool. Well, we're not close there. We're not close. It's a bit lagging, but that lagging will give you at least a bit of an understanding that we could be there. All right. Peace, happiness, enjoy. I'm sorry I left you with the bears for a couple of days. It's been very, very busy on my side, man. I can't go with it in any other way. And I'm going to be in the groups on the weekend. I'm going to be grinding hard for Fat Cat like you would not believe, as I always do. I go through meetings, and after meetings, I'm on the phone to these people. I send those proofs to the whale group. People see what I'm doing. I'll send it into the Fat Cat chat as well. You'll see I've had phone conversations with the guy. I've had phone conversations with 100 people. What we're talking about, who is going on, everything on that level is going to be happening. Know that I always work for my community and try and protect them in every way whatsoever. All right, guys, love, affection, all that kind of stuff, and I'll catch you guys later. I hope that was a good live and it was helpful for you guys. All right, take care. Peace, 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 peace.